Hey everybody, my name is Andrew. I've been making websites for over 15 years now, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a website like this, or like this, or like this. We're going to build a website on top of WordPress, and we're going to install a theme, and with this one theme you can pretty much set up any website you want. You can build an e-commerce website like this. You can build a business website like this. You can build a photography website like this. You can build a blog like this. You can build a restaurant website like this. You can build a coming soon page with a little countdown. You can build a website for a construction business or whatever this is. You can build a website for a wedding. You can build a resume. You can build a website for a health coach or a health website. You can build a website for a gym. And you can build a website for an app. With this one theme, there are over 20 demos, and you can pretty much just install any of them with one click, then go in and modify some of the content to put your content in it, and that's it. You're pretty much done. It's a very simple process. You don't need to know how to code. You don't need to know HTML, JavaScript, CSS, none of that. It's basically going to be clicking and dragging. You're going to save yourself thousands of dollars by doing it yourself, so you don't have to hire a web developer. And like I said, you're going to do it all on your own. I'm also going to show you how to make a contact page. I'm going to show you how to make an About Us page. I'm going to show you how to make a blog page. And I'm going to show you how to make a portfolio page that's very similar to this, maybe even better. But more specifically, the front page of our website, after we're done with this tutorial, is going to look very similar to this. It's going to have a huge picture in the background. It's going to have a transparent logo, transparent menu, and I really like these captions right here. So I'm going to take those captions with the square buttons, and I'm going to add them here. And on this page, I really like the bottom portion here. I really like these icons, and I like all this stuff right here. So we're going to take this, and we're going to cut and paste it into our main homepage. It's super simple. I'm going to show you how to use templates, and where you can basically just take these different elements and cut and paste them and just lay out your website however you want. Another thing I'm going to show you how to do is I'm going to show you how to make a logo. Not this exact logo, very similar to this. You're going to have an icon and some text beside it. I'm also going to show you where to get free images, kind of like this, very similar. Not exactly the same, but I'm going to show you a place where you can get free images for your website so you can build a gallery or a portfolio or whatever. Well, I'm going to be making a dummy portfolio. You're probably going to be using your own images. And I'm also going to show you how to use where to get a free image editor like Photoshop. This it's called pixlr.com, and it works like Photoshop. You don't have to pay for it. It's free. It's got a ton of features. You don't even have to install it. It just simply works in your web browser. So I'm going to show you all of those things. Also, I'm going to show you how to install WordPress plugins. And what plugins do is they pretty much extend the functionality of your WordPress site into anything you want. You can create an e-commerce page by adding an e-commerce plugin. Sorry, you can create an e-commerce website by installing an e-commerce plugin. You can install an SEO plugin to help you with your SEO. You can install a plugin that can help you collect people's emails, so you can put them on your email list. There are pretty much thousands and thousands of plugins that you can install. You can install, some of them are free, some of them are not. The free ones, there's a bunch of really, really great ones. And there's some really good paid ones that can help you add like a membership to your website where you can charge people to read your content. And yeah, there's basically tons and tons of plugins that you can install. There's a really nice free plugin called WooCommerce, so you can set up an e-commerce store for free, pretty much. The plugin doesn't cost you anything. You can also create a community page, like a forum website where people can ask questions and you can provide answers. Yeah, like you can turn your website into anything you want with plugins. So there are pretty much 3 basic steps that you got to follow to create a website, and I've outlined them right here. First thing you're going to need is a domain name. Now, a domain name is something like yourname.com or yourbusinessname.com, and that costs about $12 a year. Sometimes the price changes. I don't know. It could be like 12, 13, maybe 15. But let's just say it's $12 a year. You're also going to need web hosting. Web hosting is basically a server that you rent that your website lives on. All you have to do is sign up, pay $10 a month, install WordPress with one click, and you're done. Like, even though I'm saying it's a web server and it sounds like scary or whatever, you just sign up, put in your credit card, $10 a month, that's it. Also, guys, I've provided you a coupon code, DIY25. If you use this coupon code, you're going to get 25% off if you're getting hosting for like a year or 2 years or 3 years, if you're buying a package like that. If you're buying hosting for 1 month, please use this discount coupon code, DIY 1 cent. And by the way, guys, I get a small commission if you use these coupon codes, and at the same time, you're saving yourself money. So like, it's a win-win situation, and that's the only way I'm able to provide these free videos. And like, if you've used my coupon code, please email me. If you're having trouble building your website, send me an email. It's my email address is websitesdiy15@gmail.com. So just send me an email with your questions. Tell me you've used my coupon code, and I greatly appreciate that. The second step we're going to do is installing WordPress. And like I said, like, WordPress is free. You just have to install it with one click and you're set. The third and final step is where we're going to install a theme, and then we're going to add your content. Now, when it comes to themes, there are pretty much 2 types of themes. There are free themes and there are paid themes, premium themes. Free themes are, from my experience, and I've been doing this for years, you're going to waste your time. It's a total headache. And usually they start off as free, and when you start using them, you run into problems where you have to upgrade. So at the end, you're going to pay anyways. And sometimes you even have to switch a theme because your free theme was a total piece of crap. So switching themes is not that easy once your website is fully built. So it's very smart. I would totally recommend it. Just start off nice and clean, buy a professional theme, spend $50, and you're going to save yourself hours, days, even weeks. Believe me, I've gone through this exercise numerous times. And just buy a theme. Just get a theme. And the theme we're going to be using here is $59, but it's like one of the best themes I've used. I've used many different premium themes, and this one is fast. Like I showed you, like all these different websites I was showing you how to make, you can make all of them with this one theme. It's super fast. It works great. I love it. I totally recommend it. And I'm going to show you how to get all of this stuff and how to make like a sick website like this. So anyways, let's begin. Okay, so the first step is to get your domain name and web hosting, and you can do both of these in one place at HostGator. So go to the link below the video in the description and click on HostGator hosting. You will be taken to this website right here. And here you have all these different hosting options. Now, we're not going to be using WordPress hosting, even though we're installing a WordPress website, because this is specialized WordPress hosting that's supposed to be 2.5 times faster than regular hosting. So because you're just starting to build your website now and you're a beginner, you don't need to get all fancy and buy this crazy plan right here. So what we're going to do is, I've always been using regular hosting and it works perfectly fine for WordPress. I've been doing it for years and it's much cheaper, right? So you have 3 plans under here, under web hosting. Just click the link in the top left corner. So the business plan we're not going to need, and the business plan pretty much offers you an SSL certificate, and an IP address. And the only reason you would need something like this is for an e-commerce website where you're accepting credit cards. But we're not building an e-commerce website here, so we're not going to need this. The other two plans left are the baby plan and the hatchling plan. Now these are pretty much equal, and the only difference is on the baby plan you can create multiple websites, you can add unlimited domains, and on the hatchling plan you can add only one. Now if you're just starting out, you can always upgrade the hatchling plan later on to the baby plan. So I would strongly recommend just sign up for the hatchling plan. Simple plan, one site, one-click install, unlimited bandwidth, and later on if you want to upgrade and you want to make more websites, you can always upgrade. So click on sign up, and this will take you to the sign up page. Now before you do anything, guys, please scroll down and enter the coupon code that I gave you, DIY25, and click on validate. This will give you 25% off if you're buying 12 months, 24 months, or 36 months. That makes sense. If you're gonna buy 1 month, I would recommend using a coupon code DIY 1 cent. If you use that code, your 1 cent, your first month hosting is gonna be 1 penny. Right here, 1 penny a month. But if you want to get 12 months or 24 or 36, just type in the DIY25 coupon code. So that's what I'm going to use here, DIY25, validate, and we're done. Okay, so at the top, here's where you pick your domain name. So let's say we type in facebook.com. Oops, facebook.com. As you can see, it's not available because it's taken, obviously. So I'm going to type in my just a random domain name that I want to, just to see if anything's available. So just type in some gibberish or type in your name and see if it's available. As you can see, okay, this name is available. So type in whatever name you want and get the .com. If you can't get the .com, go for the .net or .org. .me is pretty nice. .co is also really nice, but if you can get the .com, get the .com. Down here you have an option to add privacy to your domain name. Now what this means is when you get a domain name, anybody can see who the owner of that domain name is. So let's say this is how you do it. In order to check who the owner of a domain name is, you go to who.is, press enter, and type in facebook.com. Scroll down, and this shows you who owns Facebook, right? This is their address. Obviously it's not going to show Mark Zuckerberg because the domain is owned by Facebook Inc. But this is what I mean. If you buy a domain name without privacy, your information will be shown here. So if your name is Bob Smith, like, you're going to be here with your address and everything else. Now the reason you don't have to get this, you really don't need to, but sometimes it's beneficial, and I'll tell you why. Once I got a domain name without privacy, and literally like 2 days later I started getting telephone calls from marketers who found my name and started calling me offering website services, which was really annoying, right? So if you don't want people knowing who you are or bothering you, or if you want to make, I don't know, a website where you want to hide your identity, you would use this privacy right here. But we're not going to use it in this tutorial. Then go down, decide what you want, and like I said, use the coupon codes I've provided you. So I'm going to sign up for 1 month, or actually, sorry, let's sign up for a year. There we go. Type in your username, and my computer is just super slow today. And then type in just a random PIN number, whatever. Then enter your billing information. Now I've already bought this hosting, so I can't buy it again. It will not go through, and there's no point, right? Like, you just enter your billing information here and you're done. Then go here and then check all these options. Protect your site from hackers. WordPress is already secure on its own, you don't need this. Professional email, you can already set up email at your domain name. You don't have to hook it up to Google. Backup your hard work. Backups, you can do them manually. You don't have to do automatic backups. Or if you want, you can always add these later in your control panel if you decide to, but for now, we're not going to use it. SSL certificate, we don't want that. Okay. So you'll get your total, you'll get your discount, and just click on the terms that you've read them and click on checkout. Now I've already done this, so I'm not gonna, it's not gonna let me check out, but check out, and then you will get an email. The first email you're gonna get is your welcome email, and it's gonna give you a link to your billing portal. The billing portal is pretty much where you change your credit card number if it's expiring, or if you want to upgrade your plan to a faster plan, you want to buy new features, or you want to cancel or whatever. This is where you do that. The second email you're gonna get from HostGator is gonna have a link to your main control panel that you're gonna use to install WordPress. And as you can see, it has your username and the password is already generated for you. Now, click on this link, click on the control panel link, and open it in a new tab. Log in with your username and password. You can just copy and paste them from the email and log in. Now this is your main hosting account panel. Now there are a lot of icons here, but don't get scared. We're only going to use like a couple of these. Most of these you're never going to need to use. Like it looks scary, there's so much stuff going on, but all you need here is you need WordPress. Another thing you're probably going to be using is email. If you want to set up professional email, like your name at your.com, your name at yourbusinessname.com or whatever. Here under files, you're probably going to use the file manager, and actually you will be using the file manager. There's a couple things we got to do. I'm going to show you how to do that. And down here you have all these other options. You have your databases. This is more for professional web developers. You're not going to need to know any of this stuff. But if you ever need to go and change your settings or modify something from your control panel, this is it. This is where you're going to do that. Alright, so let's install WordPress. So before, I like opening new tabs every time I do something. Like I don't like opening windows, a page in the same window, because it's a lot easier to go back to a page when you have a new tab open. So if you're in a Windows, hold Control. If you're in a Mac, hold the Command and then click on the link. And this way the link opens in a new tab. Okay, so this is where you install WordPress. Now here it takes you directly to the install WordPress section, and there are premium options. You don't need any of this. This is what I'm going to be showing you. This is how you're going to be saving money by watching this video. You don't need to pay anybody to install a theme for you, like it's super simple. Why would you pay somebody $300? Alright, so you'll be taken directly to the installation box right here, but if you're not, pretty much your options are right here. One-click installs, you click on that, go down, click on WordPress, and you're back at the same place. So click on install WordPress. Here is where you're going to pick your domain name. The install path, we're going to leave this blank. We don't want to install our site into a subfolder. We want it to be at domainname.com, not at domainname.com/websites/something. Just domainname.com. Type in your email address. I've already typed it in mine before, so it pops up automatically. Type in the title of your website, the name of your business or whatever. Type in your username, and then type in your name. Now, you might want to use your real name here, because when you set up a contact form and people send you messages, they're going to get an automatic responder from you, and this is the name that's going to be in the email. So you might want to put in your real name here, or just put in a business name, or whatever you want. Put in whatever you feel is appropriate, and then click install. Click no thanks, and then click on My Installs and go down. Now there it is. There's your WordPress. Now if you go to this website now, it's not going to work. That's because it takes some time for a domain name to become active. Like mine works, but you're probably going to get an error page like this. Like I'm just going to type in a fake domain name. You're probably going to get an error page that looks something similar to this, and that's because it takes about 20 to 30 minutes for your domain name to become active. So just be patient. I'm going to show you how to do a bunch of other things while this is happening. I'm actually going to reset my password here because you get an automatic email after you've installed this. So go to your email and check your spam. Sometimes it goes to a spam box. So actually here, I'm using Google, so it actually went to the promotions tab. Quick install powered by whatever. Congratulations. Click on this email, and this email contains the URL to your website. Like I just showed you that if you go to it, it will not work right now because you gotta wait 20 to 30 minutes for it to get activated. And this is your login link. This is where you're going to be logging into your WordPress website. It's got your username, it's got your password. I'm going to reset my password just for this tutorial, but I highly recommend that you want to keep a really long password for your website, because there's a lot of hacking going on these days on the internet. The internet is much bigger than it used to be, and it's a really I've actually had sites hacked before. So I'm just recommending use a strong password. Never use a weak password. Don't repeat the mistakes I repeated, and just follow the instructions and you'll be fine. I'm actually going to reset mine just so it's easier for me to log in. And if you want to reset yours, you can do it here after you click on My Installs and just reset it here. And if you're going to use your own, make sure it's super long and it's got like numbers, hashtags, all kinds of stuff in there. Like I said, you don't want your website hacked. Okay, so while we're waiting for the domain name to become active, there are a couple things we're going to do. Go back to your hosting panel and click on the file manager. Hold Control, then click. You'll get this box showing you like where do you want to go. We want to go to this public HTML www folder, and we want to see hidden files. And if you don't want this question being popped up every time you click on File Manager, you can skip this question, but I'm going to leave mine. Click Go. Here, you're going to need to delete two files. So look for a file called default HTML and look for a file called favicon.ico. You might not have these. When I installed WordPress for the first time on HostGator, I had these two files which were interfering with some stuff, so they just got to be removed. If you don't have them, then you're fine. If you do, select them, click delete. I apologize for that error message. Okay, select them, select the file, click delete, and then you can select the other one, or you can hold Shift and select multiple files at a time. It's it's up to you how you want to delete stuff. So get rid of this favicon thing. Delete that. Okay, so that's done. Now the next thing while we wait for the domain name to become active is I'm going to show you how to make free logos, how to make your own logo. It's going to be a simple logo, nothing fancy, but like it's, you don't have to pay anybody to make you a logo. Now guys, I'm also making my own website right now that I'm going to be using as it's going to be a resource. I'm pretty much creating a resource with tutorials and all kinds of explanations, and I'm going to be adding more videos that I hope will help you in your website building process. So go to my website, and like here I've actually outlined steps on how to make a free website, but like I said, making a free website is not a good idea. I'm gonna have to change this later. I have all these things right here. I have themes. You can click on themes, you can look for other themes, but like I said, I've already gone through a bunch of themes, and the theme I'm going to show you how to use is the best one by far, or one of the best. images. You can click on images, and I have like a little resource here where you can get free images right here. You can get stock images. These are actually paid, but they have some really nice images. Free logo maker, and you have a free image editor. So let's click on logomaker.com, or if you don't want to go to my website, and you can go straight to logomaker.com. The way you spell maker is M-A-K-R without the E. So once we're at Logo Maker, we can make a logo. So you can click on the search button, and you have all these different icons which you can use in your logo. Right? So I've already found an icon that I like, and I'm just gonna search for it right now. It's called Compass. And it's this guy right here. I'm gonna click on that. Now, the website that I'm gonna be building is hosted on a domain name called wpthemehelper.com. So I'm just gonna use that as my logo. So I'm gonna click on text, and I'm gonna type in wpthemehelper. And I'm gonna make this 35 pixels in height. 35 pixels in height. I'm gonna make this 35 pixels in height. I'll put them beside each other like this. You can use the arrow keys to move them around. And the dimensions of this logo are set right here. So I want 254 pixels by 50 pixels. When you type in numbers in this little screen, it works a little bit weird, so just play around. And I'm just gonna move this to the center. Move this a little bit closer. And that's gonna be my logo. Now, like I said, you can use any icon that you want. So I like the blue color, so I'm gonna make this blue like that. And for the logo, we're actually gonna make a couple logos. We're gonna make a logo that's a standard logo, and then we're gonna make another logo that's just a different color. And the reason we need a logo that's a different color is for the transparent header section. And I'm gonna you're gonna see what I mean in a second. So let's save this logo. There's a pop-up that tells you that you should leave a credit on your website to this website, like a little link on some page saying that you've gotten a free logo from them. So if you want to do that, just create like you can create a dummy page on your website saying that's called credits, and you can add like a credit to this site if you want. Or I mean, they're telling you should, which you should, but you don't have to do it on your front page. You can just do it on a separate page, like a credits page or something like that. Okay, so we got one version of the logo. The second version of the logo I'm gonna make is white, like this, and I'm gonna save that. And another thing that we're gonna need an icon called favicon, which is one of these icons right here. If you look at the tabs at the top, see this little icon that's in the corner? That's called a favicon. And the way you create that is you just gotta make a small picture. I'm gonna make it 32 by 32. See, this thing only lets you type in 2 characters, so you have to use the delete button. So if I want to make it 32, I have to push 3, then I have to delete the 0, then I have to push 2. It's a little weird, but whatever, it's free. So we're going to delete the text, and then I'm going to take that image that's hidden in the background right now, and I'm going to move it. You can use your arrow keys to move the image and just line it up. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller just so it fits. And that's going to be our little favicon. So you save that, and you can go to your downloads folder, and depending on which browser you're using, it could be different. I've found out that if you press Control J in your browser, it goes to your downloads folder, and that's where you've just saved all these images, right? So go to these images, put them all in one place, make a folder for your website, organize your images, just so you're organized. It will make your life easier when you're building a website. Now, I've already done this. I've already saved my images, and I've moved them over to the right place. So I'm not going to do it again. And I'm going to exit this. Another thing I'm going to show you is a website called Unsplash. So we're going to go to unsplash.com, and this is where you can get free images for your website, right? There are tons and tons of free images that you can download and use in your website if you want. So you can click this button right here and make them smaller, right? Like this one's cool. You click on it, then you can go to download, and then you can right click and save image, and then just save it wherever you want to. Now, I've gone through this website and I've saved a bunch of images for myself that I'm going to be using in my examples for my blogs and the portfolio. So yeah, just go through this if you like. If you need free images, this is where you can get them. If you want professional images, like you can search for an image here, like let's say car, and it will find you some cars. But let's say you want to look for like dentist, you're not gonna get much. Or you want to put in lawyer, nothing like that. So in order to get those images, it's very hard to find those kind of images for free. So there are two places you can go to. You can go to Shutterstock, or you can go to iPhoto right here. And here you can get whatever you want. You can you can search for a dentist, click enter, and you have like all these pictures, a ton of pictures that you can use in your website. The only problem with these two, with Shutterstock and iStock, they're pretty expensive. Some of these images are like $5, $10. Some of them you can even go as far as like $20 sometimes I've seen. But you can get a subscription plan, and you can save on images that way. So you can pay like a flat fee and get like a bunch of images that you can download every month. But in this lesson, we're just going to be using this website here, unsplash.com, for our images. Now, one thing about images is you want to resize. Sometimes, like this image right here is huge. If you download this image, it's probably going to be like 5 megabytes or 3 megabytes, which is unacceptable. So what you want to do is you want to resize them. And a really good free tool for resizing images is Pixlr. So pixlr.com is just like Photoshop. You can edit images, and they let you use a free version of it. So you can scroll down and launch the web app. Let it load. Okay, so here you can open images from your computer, or you can open them directly from the URL. So if you click on your computer, your folders will open up, and you can select an image that you want. Or if you want to open it directly from a URL, go to a photo that you liked, go to the link right here, copy it, go back to Pixlr, remove this portion in the front, click paste, Control V, and let it load the image. Here you can do whatever you want to the image, but for this tutorial, all I want to do is I want to resize them because the originals are too big. So I go to image size, And see how big this is? This is 4,000 pixels in width. That's huge. The biggest size I ever use on my websites is 1500. So make sure the constraint proportions is checked. This way when you change the width, the height will change automatically. And type in 1500. Then click OK. It's gotten much smaller. You can zoom in right here. And then we're going to go and save this. Under the quality, I would recommend using 75 and under. 75 is pretty good for quality. You can't really see the difference. Your eye can't really see the difference. Sometimes I even use lower. But like the main thing, look at the image size right here. Try to make the image size under 200 kilobytes. Around 150 is good. 170, 180 is fine, but try not to make it more than 200. Otherwise, your website is going to be, it's just going to take a long time to load big images. There's no point. You can't see the difference with your eye anyways. Why make huge images? So then you click OK, and then you can save it. So save a bunch of pictures for your website if you want. Go through this, save the ones you like, and maybe even write some content while we wait for the domain name to become active. A good idea, one thing I always like to do, and I mean this is how you build websites, is you build a website and you build your content. So make sure you have your content somewhere saved in a safe place, like in a Word document or Google Docs or whatever. Save your images, make your content ready to go, so it becomes a cut and paste process. Right? You don't want to waste, you don't want to write your content in the website itself, because what if your website crashes or you gets hacked or you lose it? So you want your content saved on your hard drive, on your computer, somewhere in a safe place where you can always rebuild your website if you have to, if something bad happens or something crashes, because it's computers, things go bad, things crash. Like, it might happen, it might not, but it might. So always save your content, back it up somewhere, have it ready to go. Okay, so I haven't really timed how much time has passed, but go back to your website and see if it's active yet. And if it's active, we can continue. And if it's not, then wait another maybe 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. Like I said, in total, it shouldn't take you more than 20-30 minutes for your domain name to become active. So be patient. Once your domain name is active, we're going to log into your website. And the way you log into your website is you can go back to the email and right click this link right here. Or the way you can log into your website is you just type in your domain name, and at the end you add a slash, and then you write wp-admin, and that should take you to the login screen. So after your domain name is active, just go to this URL, type it in, and then you can log in with your username and the password. So the password was emailed to you, unless you've changed it like I did. If you changed it, then use that password. If not, then use this password from the email. Click on Remember Me and log in. Now this is your main WordPress dashboard. It might look a little bit scary at first, but believe me, it's not. This pop-up message right here, we're going to close. We're going to dismiss this message over here. We don't need it. Okay, so it says welcome to WordPress. Let's get started. What are your next steps? This is just a welcome message. At a glance, you have one post, one comment, one page, and you're wondering, what is this? I never made any posts or comments. This is just dummy content that gets imported by default when you install WordPress. You can delete this later. Here you can write quick drafts and save them. This shows your activity. Again, it shows you a comment was posted, which was a dummy comment created by WordPress. And over here you have WordPress news. If you're interested in what's new about WordPress, you can click on these links down there. But you're never going to need to use this section. I have never used this section in my life. I just always click on these links, whatever I need right here. So underneath the home tab, you have the update link. Here is where you can upgrade WordPress. By default, it will upgrade automatically, so you don't have to do anything here. I'm just showing you this, just, in case you're curious. What you really gotta know though are all these options on the left right here. So under posts is where you're gonna be creating your blog. You have all posts, add new, categories, tags. This is the dummy post that was created. You click on it. This is where you can edit it. After we install a theme, this editor is going to be much better. You also have the media tab right here. Here's where you add your images, your picture, your videos. Actually, you wouldn't add videos here. Use YouTube for videos. Don't host videos on your website. It's going to kill your bandwidth. Over here you have pages. Now the difference between pages and posts is posts are for a blog, for your blog post, your blog posts. That's it. You will never create pages here. Pages are things like the contact page, about page, whatever page, but it's not a blog. It's not a blog post. So here's where you would make your contact pages and your about pages and your home page and all that kind of stuff. Comments is if you allow people to comment on your blog posts or your pages, they're going to leave comments and they're going to end up under this section. Forms, we're going to delete these. These got pre-installed automatically. These are crap. We're going to get rid of those. Under appearance is where you can set up themes. You can switch themes, set up new themes. Under widgets, you can edit your sidebar and your footer. Menu is where you edit the menu. That's it's at the top of your website by the logo, like the main menu. You're going to edit that here. These options you're not really going to use. Plugins is where you add new plugins. Here you can search for what you have, and up here you can add new and search for new plugins. Under users, you'll have your username, and if you create a website, for example like a membership website where you open membership to people, this is where all the users are going to end up. Under tools, you can import and export your content, and under settings you can change a bunch of different settings. Now I'm actually going to show you a few settings that you need to change right off the bat. So under settings, go to general and change the tagline. Change the tagline to describe your website. So my tagline will probably be like free video tutorials and lessons. The rest leave unchanged. Go down and click save. Next thing we're going to change are the permalinks. And what permalinks are is, for example, when you go to your website, like yourwebsite.com, whatever, I'm going to type mine in WP Theme Helper. And if you have like a page or a blog, you would type in like / page name or like / blog post or whatever. So this is where you set up the structure of those links. Now this one right here, day and time, is when you make a blog post, it's going to look like this: yourname.com, the address, and then the name of the post. Now this looks kind of ugly, it's too long. Let's say you want to leave a link in a YouTube video to your site. You want something short. You want something like this, like just your.com / post name. Or even better, what I'm going to show you how to do is you want to add category before the post name. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. So do this. Go to the beginning, type in /, then %, then type in category, then another %. Oops, sorry, %. So the full thing should say /, %, category, %, / oops, %, / then post name, then another %, and then another /. Sorry, I know it's long and confusing, but just type that in and your website will work like magic. Click on Save Changes. The next setting that we're going to change is under discussion. So we want to uncheck the first two. You don't want to notify other blogs. If you leave a link in your blog post to another blog, you don't want to notify them. This is like old school stuff, and you don't want to receive notifications from other blogs. Like, it's completely useless. We're gonna disallow comments on new posts and articles. Like, you can leave this unchecked if you want to have a blog post where people if you want to have a website where you want to allow people to comment, you can uncheck this. But usually you want to build your website first and then turn in your comment settings. So I'm gonna turn off comments right here, and then just for extra security, I'm gonna go down here and I'm gonna check this. Comments must be manually approved. And just in case a comment slips by or something or whatever, it has to be manually approved before it appears on your website. So it's gonna show up here in your comments, and then you can click approve, and then it will show up on the front page of your site. So check this, uncheck the first three, and then click save. Also, I want to mention that these settings can be overridden on your individual pages. So if you go to posts and you click on your hello world post, the dummy post that was created, scroll down, there's some settings on the side here, but there's nothing underneath here. Now this setting underneath here for comments is hidden, and the way you unhide settings in WordPress is you can click on the screen options here on top, and you can click on discussion. Close this, go down, boom, there we go, discussion. As you can see, it says allow comments. So even though we disallowed comments for the site, you can override the setting individually for individual posts and pages over here. So I'm just going to uncheck these comments and trackbacks and pingbacks. We don't need that. Under pages, it's exactly the same thing. You click on a dummy page, it might have comments enabled. Pages usually don't, but let's just see. Oops. See, I clicked on comments, and that was the wrong one. Comments just shows you comments that have actually been posted. Discussion will show you a setting whether you want to allow comments or not. So like I was saying, yeah, comments are disallowed, but the trackbacks and pingbacks are allowed. So we're going to disable that just for the dummy page. We're going to delete these dummy pages later on anyways, but I just wanted to show you these settings. Alright, what else am I going to show you? Another thing we need to do is we got to go to plugins, and by default there's a bunch of plugins that came pre-installed. Like, this happens with all software out there. You get something, you install it, and it installs like a bunch of other things for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete all of this. So check this checkbox that selects everything, and before we can delete a plugin, we got to deactivate it. So click deactivate, then check all of them again, and click apply, and all the plugins are gone. Actually, sorry, click confirm. Delete these files and data, click that. All the plugins are gone. And as you can see, some of those icons disappeared from here. You don't see those form icons, and you don't see the Mojo marketplace thing. Okay, so that's good. Now let's check how our site looks. If you go to your site now, you can do it like this. You can just hover over the top little icon here, and when you open new pages, open them in a new tab. Don't just click on the link. Hold Control or Command on a Mac, or you can right click and then open in a new tab. I'm gonna close this tab over here. Now your website looks like absolute crap. Like, you're probably wondering, like, what the hell? This is WordPress? Like, this is not what I signed up for. But basically that's how it looks right off the bat, and we're gonna change all that really easily. If you go to Appearance, Themes, you can switch themes. Let this load. Come on. Internet is a little slow today. So let's say I want this theme. I can activate this theme. And if I go back to the web page and I refresh it, it looks like that. Right, so this is how you can switch themes. The only problem is, once you finish building your website, you won't be able to switch themes with just a click of a button, because there are a lot of settings and different themes that start interfering with each other. So even though, like, it gives you this option to install themes with one click, usually you're gonna stick with the theme that you first choose. After you've built your website, you're not gonna switch themes. Or if you want to switch themes and redesign your site altogether, it's gonna be a long process. Not a long process, but it's more difficult. It's more complicated than what this tutorial is meant for. So I'm just not gonna cover it here. If you guys want, you can send me an email or just leave a comment and ask me questions about switching themes if that's what you want. If that's what you want to learn. Okay, so next thing we gotta do is we're gonna need to install this magical template that I was talking about. So go to the link below this video where it says themes / templates and click on that. That should take you to this theme over here, the Enfold theme. Now I'm already logged in here, so I'm just gonna log out. Let's try this one more time. Alright, here we go. So here is the theme. You can add it to cart. Extended support for 12 months. We don't need that. Go to checkout. Checkout. First name. Fill in your first name, last name, email, and fill in your billing information. I've already bought this, so I can't buy it a second time. So I'm just gonna log into my account, and I'm gonna show you what to do. So get this theme, register. I'm gonna clear my shopping cart because I don't want this here. Buy the theme, and after you've bought the theme, log into your account and go to downloads right here. Click on downloads. Now I've bought a bunch of themes here. You know, I've bought the Enfold theme, I've bought some medical theme, I've bought WooCommerce plugins, like all these other themes. But we're just gonna download the one that you bought, which is right here. You have all these different options when you click on download. You can download all files, or you can download installable files only. And this is what you need. You need the second option, installable files, installable WordPress file only. Click on that, and it's downloading. So give it some time, let it finish downloading, then move it to a folder where you have your website, you know, organize all your stuff in one place. And I've already done that, so I'm not gonna do it again. And go back to WordPress and close all these tabs and go back to themes. Click on it again just to refresh the page and go to add new. Then click on upload and choose the file. Choose the theme file that you've downloaded. Now here's how it looks. It's about 23 megabytes in size, so it's going to take a little bit of time to upload. After you've chosen the file, click install, and don't do anything after you've clicked install. If you look at the bottom of the left corner, you can see the upload status. So 15, 17%, 19, 20, it's going up. If you do something on this page right now, you're going to cancel the uploading process. So if you want to work on something in WordPress while something else is happening, you want to open a new tab. So you open a new tab, and now you can work on pages, posts, add new categories, do whatever you want, click on a bunch of stuff, whatever. And this thing is not being interrupted. Okay, so let's just wait for this upload to finish. After it's finished uploading, you have to activate it. Now if you go to your website, it's still gonna look pretty bad. So you click open. It still looks pretty bad. This is not what we bought, right? But I'm gonna show you how to fix this with one click. So before I show you how to set up your website with one click, how to import the demo, let's just do a quick overview of what's happened here. So after installing this theme, you can see there's a new icon on the left right here, and this is where all the theme settings are. Also, there's an icon up here, so you can quickly go to all the different settings. Like all these settings on the left right here, theme options, general layout, general styling, advanced styling, all of them are also up here in the toolbar, so you can quickly go to them when you're working on another page or something. So basically what you have here is you have your main theme options. You can select which page you want to be your front page. So when you go to your .com, your name.com, which page appears first. You can put your logo up here. You can put the favicon we're talking about here. You know, there's all these different options. You can put your Google Analytics code in here. Under general layout, you can change like the dimensions of your website, the width, the content to sidebar ratio. And a sidebar is basically like something like this, like something on the side of a website. That's called a sidebar. And a footer is something on the bottom. A header is in the head. So depending on which section you want to edit, you would click on them here. So under general styling, you have colors. You know, you can pick a different color scheme for your entire website, and all the colors will change automatically. Or you can just use your own custom colors if you want. Under advanced styling, you can pick like different elements that you want to style, and then you click on edit element and it will let you style it, but I'm not going to do that right now. Header is where you modify the way the header looks. Sidebar is the sidebar. It's going to be on the side, something like this right here, or it can be on the right side, the left or right, whatever. Footer is a footer. Blog is your blog layout. Social profiles, this is where you can add all your Facebooks and Twitters and all this stuff. So you can add the plus button, fill it all in. A newsletter. Here, I'm not going to show you how to set up a newsletter in this tutorial. I will in another tutorial, or if you send me a comment. But basically, you got to sign up for MailChimp, get an API key, cut and paste it in here, and you can start collecting newsletters. Sorry, you can start collecting emails, so you can send people a newsletter and advertise your products or services or whatever it is that you're doing. Under here you have the demo import, which I'll show you in 1 second, and here you have import export, where you can export like the theme settings. So after you build your website, it's a good idea to export all your theme settings, just so in case something goes wrong, you can just import them later on and boom, everything is restored back to normal. And you can update your theme here. Now, you don't have to renew your license for a theme every year. You can just buy a theme and just keep that theme. And after 1 year, you basically don't get upgrades. But you don't really need upgrades or updates to your theme. Chances are it's going to work totally fine for the next few years. I tend to renew my themes. If I need to renew a theme license, I can, sometimes I renew it after like 2 years or 3 years, after enough updates have happened. And if I feel like I want those new features and the updates or whatever, I'll renew a theme after like 2 or 3 years. But like that $59 that you paid, pretty much consider it a one-time fee. Okay, so now let's import a demo. Here are all these different demos that I was talking about in the beginning of the video. This is the default demo. You have a flat business demo. You have all these demos, the portfolio demo, the shop demo. Before you install the shop demo, you need WooCommerce. It's a free plugin, so you would have to install that first before you import that. The restaurant demo also requires WooCommerce. The wedding demo, construction, all these different demos I was talking about, you can just import them here with one click. But like I was saying, in this tutorial, I'm only going to cover this demo because it's just going to be too long of a tutorial if I start going through all of them. I'll cover these later in other tutorials. If you guys have a request, you want me to set up one of these demos, just leave a comment or send me an email, websitesdiy15@gmail.com. So let's import this demo. So click the demo and then click OK, and just give it like a minute or two to finish importing. Well, it gave us an error. I don't know why it gave us an error. Let's try it one more time. Okay, there we go. So it worked on the second time, a second trial. All right, go back to your front page, and boom, this is more like it. This is what we paid for, right? There are all these different dummy pages that it created. You can go and check out. We're gonna delete all of this stuff later on. Like some of the images didn't get imported. That's because they're copyrighted images. You gotta use your own images. You can't use other people's images unless you've paid for them. Right? So it looks a little bit. It doesn't look too great, right? Like the demo is not perfect. We gotta make a few adjustments, but it's super easy to make. Right? You have all these different pages here. About us. You know, you can replace these pictures with pictures of your people. You have all these dummy pages that you can use for yourself if you want. Now, what happened on the back end after we imported the demo? If you click on posts, now you have all these posts that got imported that we're gonna need to get rid of later on. But the reason we're doing this import is so you can look at the different pages and you can copy the way they're laid out. And the fastest way to make a website is just to use the existing elements and use existing layouts and just fill it in with your content. So let's look at pages. You got a bunch of pages here that got imported. Those are all the pages and posts that are in the menu right here. We're gonna finish doing this menu later on. I'm going to add, remove pages from here. I'm going to show you all of that. It imported a bunch of fake dummy comments, which we're going to delete. Actually, you know what? Let's just delete them right now. Click here, bulk actions, move to trash, apply. So I guess there's more of them. Click again, move to trash. Okay, they're all gone. Now you can click on trash right here, and you can empty the trash. That's it, no more dummy comments. So that's basically what the demo did, what the import of the demo did. You imported it, you've got a bunch of dummy pages at the front end, in the back end. You know, now we just have to clean it up and make our site. Okay, so in the next step, we're gonna create our own custom pages. Let's go. Okay, so before we create our first page, I want to show you what this theme did to the default layout editor. So normally when we go to create a page, you click on all pages, add new. This is the editor that you have to work with, right? It's very basic, it's very simple. You can type in some text, you can align it, you know, you can change colors or whatever. But it's very basic, and what this theme did that we paid for, it installed this advanced layout editor. And with the advanced layout editor, you have a lot more options now. You can create different columns, rows, all that kind of stuff. You can drag and drop elements, like you can put icons, text, testimonials, contact forms, whatever you want. You have media elements, images, galleries, masonry gallery, all this good stuff is up here. So this is how you're going to be building your pages now that you've bought this theme. Before the theme, you didn't have that. All you had was the default editor. So before we create our first page, what I like to do is I like to use the existing pages that were imported in the dummy content and just create a site out of that. So the pages that I really like are as follows. So make sure you go to your website and just browse around, look at some of these pages that you like. I like this page right here really a lot. This was a really nice page. It's got the transparent header, a big image, kind of like what I wanted in the beginning of this tutorial. And it's got all these icons. It's got all this stuff right here. This is really nice. The background images didn't get imported because, yeah, they're copyrighted, and we're going to be substituting them anyways. So I really like this page. I really like the home page. And I like some of these other pages. I like the about page, and I like the contact page. Actually, the contact page is not working completely, not really working right, but I'm gonna fix it. And yeah, it's super easy to fix. So what I'm going to show you now is how to really speed up the process of making a website. So like I said, I like this landing page right here, and I like this transparent page, and I like the contact and about page. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to save them as templates. So I'm going to go to the landing page, and then up here you can click on edit page, right? And it says the name of the page. It says front page because right now it's set to be a front page. So you just click edit here. And this is the advanced layout builder. It's called Avia Layout Builder. And basically, what I like to do is I like to click here on the permalink and open this in a new tab. This way you can compare the visual layout of your site to the page builder. So like right here, you have a slider. And here it is right here, advanced slider. If you scroll down a bit, you have all these icons right here, and they're right here. You can click on them, you can edit them, pick new different icons, whatever. If you keep scrolling, you have all this text, you have all these pictures, and in the layout editor, here it is. Here are those pictures. They get pulled from these categories. Layout, image, like all this stuff is right here. And it's right here. So it's a really good idea to have two tabs open side by side, so it makes your life will be made a lot easier when creating pages. But what I'm gonna do is, so I really like this page. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to save it as a template. So save entry as template. And I'm going to call it front page 1. Next, I'm going to go back to the website and I'm going to go to this page right here, transparent menu. I'm going to click on edit page and I'm going to save that page as a template also. Scroll down a bit, click on templates here, save entry as template, and I'm gonna call it transparent header homepage. Now guys, you can save any of these elements as a template, right? So if you're too lazy to make them yourself, just save them as templates. Just click this little button right here. It's a little folder with an icon, and you can save any of these as templates. All this stuff right here, like you have three icons right here. You can just go over to the surrounding box, and you have three little icons right here in the top. So the first one is to edit a section, second one is to clone a section, and this one right here is to save it as a template. So if I save this as a template, I can always reuse this code block right here and just slap it into my page, and you're ready to go. Click on the boxes and just like modify them with your content, and you're done. So I've saved both these templates, and now they're up here. There's the front page 1, transparent header homepage 2, transparent header homepage. I'm also going to copy a couple other pages that I like, so I'm just going to leave this. Go back to the website. And I'm also going to copy the about page, so I'm going to save it as a template. Again, click on edit. Scroll down, save entry as template, about page. Let's leave this page. Another page I want is the contact page. So again, I'm going to click on edit, save it as a template so I can reuse it later. Save entry as template, contact. Okay. So far we have two templates. I'm going to merge the home page and the front page together, and then I'm going to edit the about and the contact page. And then later I'm going to show you how to create a blog page and a portfolio page separately from scratch without using a template. Okay, so click on all pages, Now we have to delete all this dummy content because we don't need it anymore. So click on all pages, click this checkbox to select all of them, and then move them to trash. Select all of them again, move to trash. There are lots of pages, so we gotta move all of them to trash. Because we've copied the templates that we wanted, right? So they're all in trash. You can go here and you can empty the trash, or if you're not sure, you might want to keep some of the reuse some of those pages again. You might want to empty your trash later. You can click and restore a page if you want. Right, so if you're going to restore this blog grid page, this little dash right here indicates that it's a child page of the blog page. So if you want to restore this page and work on it, restore the parent page first. So if you want to restore like any of these, you would restore the blog and then one of those, and then go in and edit them, save them as a template, whatever. Same thing goes for the home pages. Again, you have a parent, children. If you want to restore any of the children, restore the home page first, then restore the child, and you're not going to get any errors. And then you can delete them again after copying the template. So right now these are in the trash. I'm not going to need these anymore, so I'm just going to click empty trash. And now all the pages are gone. Right now this website has no pages. They're still in the menu here. Actually, they're not. They're disappeared. Oh, this thing is smarter than I thought. We're going to change this menu later. I'm going to show you how to edit this menu. Right now it looks all screwed up. Our website looks completely screwed up. That's because we deleted a bunch of things, but after we're done with this, it's going to look super nice. Okay, so let's create a new page. Let's make a home page. This will be the main page that people land on when they come to our website. So I'm going to call it home. I'm just going to save it. I like saving my work before doing anything else. Next, I'm going to click on the advanced layout editor. And right now it's empty, and I'm just going to add those templates that I made before. So transparent header homepage is what I wanted to be my main page. So click on that, all those things get imported. I click on publish, and I click on the permalink to view it, and boom. But the header's not really transparent, so we have to make a few adjustments. So you go back here and you scroll down, and under the layout section here it says header visibility, no transparency. So what I do is I say I want the transparent header, and also I want to delete this thing right here, and that's called a title bar. So I'm gonna say hide both, meaning that this is the name of the page and these are the breadcrumbs. So it just like shows where you are in the directory, how many directories deep or how many pages deep. These are called breadcrumbs. So if you want to delete those, and actually like for this particular page we gotta get rid of them, here they are. So you hide both, update the page, go to home, refresh. There we go. Everything's transparent now. It looks kind of bad, but we're going to fix all of that in a minute. Alright, so the other page that I liked had all those other icons, and I'm just going to add them to the bottom here. But before I do that, you see how this layout's got something on the side here? That's because this page has a sidebar turned on by default, and we're just going to turn off the sidebar. So you go to sidebar settings, and you go no sidebar. You click on update. Wait for this page to load, go back to the other tab, refresh, go down, and now this is full width. We don't have that section on the side that was blank. The next thing I'm going to do is the second template that I really liked. I'm just going to add it again to the bottom of this page. So look what happens now. What was it called? I forgot what I called it. It was called front page 1. So yeah, remember what you call your templates, just so it's easier to add them later. When I click it, if I scroll down, it added a bunch of stuff again. Another layer, more icons, all this stuff at the bottom. So this page is super long right now, which is kind of annoying, but we're going to remove a lot of this stuff. So click on update to update the changes. Go to the other tab, refresh, and let's look at the page now. So again, you have all that stuff from the first page. That hasn't changed. And now that second page is right here. Remember that slider? That was the home page? Boom, it's right here. And those icons are here, and all those galleries, everything is here. So now what I'm gonna do, I really like a lot of these icons. Like, I really like this layout, these sections right here. I like some of these pictures didn't get imported, but that's okay. We're just gonna replace them with ours. We can't be using copyrighted pictures anyways. And not all pictures in a theme. When you get a theme, like these came with a theme because they're free. But the other ones, they're copyrighted. But the assumption is that you're supposed to be using your own pictures. So all you're pretty much getting from a theme is a nice layout, and you just got to substitute a couple things and you're good to go. So what do I like from this page that I want to keep? I like having a big image right here. So I'm going to keep that. But I'm going to replace it with my own image. So go to the page, full slider, click on it. This slider has two images that are rotating, right? So you can click on either one, or you can click these arrow buttons. I don't want to have too many images. I just want one nice image. So I'm going to remove the second one. Click here. And remove this image right here. So I'm going to change this image. And upload a new image. Now, guys, before we upload anything, there's a plugin that we need to install for the images to work properly. And this plugin is called Force Regenerate Thumbnails. So I'm just gonna open up a new tab and add a new plugin. And this is how you add new plugins. You can click on more details. And you can then click on install now. Now it's absolutely crucial that you install this plugin. Otherwise the theme is not going to function properly. Another plugin that we need is called Enhanced Media Gallery. Oops, sorry, I'm searching in the wrong place. This is installed plugins, so you got to click on add new, search plugins here. So Enhanced Media Gallery. There it is, Enhanced Media Gallery. Install this plugin right here, and what this plugin is going to allow you to do is you're going to be able to organize your images by category. By default, WordPress does not let you categorize images. When you click on media and you go to library, they're all going to be in one folder. This plugin allows you to add categories to your images. So let's go to media and let's upload an image that I'm going to use for this front page right here. Guys, make sure you've installed those two plugins. Don't continue with this tutorial, or don't do anything else until you've installed those two plugins. You just need they must be installed. Actually, the media library is okay, you don't really need to, but the Force Regenerate Thumbnail plugin, absolutely critical. Okay, so you're in the media library, and here we're going to add new, and we're going to select the picture that we want to add. So I have my shortcut folder right here, and I have images that I've made for my I've already prepared all the images that I like, so I put them all in different folders, and I want to use this image right here. So just upload the image, and it's ready to be used. Go back to this home page where we were editing the images, and again click on the full screen slider. Click on this image, remove it, change image, go to media library. And the reason this image is not showing up here is because we've opened this tab and then we went back and we added some media, and we never refreshed this page. So you have to refresh this page in order for to be able to pick up that image that we uploaded in another tab, right? So it's very critical. Like, I know I told you open up different tabs, but this is what happens. Sometimes you're working on a tab and you've changed something in another tab, and the old tab that was open first, it didn't pick up the change, so you just got to refresh the page. So now look what happens. I click on the full screen slider, again remove this image, change image. There it is. Now it's showing. When I click on that, I'm going to say change image. Leave these settings as they are. The caption will change in a minute, and let's just see what happens. Let's click update. Make sure to update your page right here for the final update. And then refresh. There we go. Much nicer. And this is the image that I wanted. So this caption right here, let's move it to the center and let's add another button. So the way you do that, again, you click on the full screen slider and you click on the slide, and then you go to the caption. And here's where you can change all the different options, right? Here's what this says. This is a page with a transparent header. There it is. Here's the caption text. Once the user scrolls down, the header color changes. Here it is, says the exact same thing once the user scrolls down. And there's a button here. And there's the button settings. So I want this caption in the center, and I want two buttons. Okay, so let's look at the options. You have the font size. You have the text font size for the caption text. And here's the positioning. So I click on center framed, and I click save, and I update the page. I refresh this page, and boom, it's in the center. Now I want another button. So again, go back to the slider, and you can change all of these settings in one go. I'm just showing you one by one just so you understand what's happening. So button 1, label, show me, here's the color. Button 1, link. Where's the second button? Here we go. 2 buttons. Now you scroll down, you have a second button. And you can add a link to where you want it to go, right? So once when you build your pages, you're gonna have all these links, like your .com/whatever. You can just copy them here and then paste them here, and the buttons will point to whatever link you're telling it to point to. Okay, so update the page, refresh, and now you've got 2 buttons. Okay, next we're going to change the logo here. And I've already made the logo before in the beginning, so I'm just going to upload it right now. And then I'm going to add it to the theme. So add new, select this, have a logo right here somewhere. I'm going to select all 3 of these logos because I need my main logo, the transparent logo, and I need the favicon. So you click open. 3 of them got updated. You go to theme options. You pick the logo. And it's important that you pick the right size. Oh, sorry, the wrong logo. This one right here. So the size that we made was full size 254 by 50 or whatever your logo is. Just pick the right size. Don't pick these other ones. These got generated for you automatically when you upload a picture. It just creates a bunch of different versions of the picture, different sizes. So you pick the full size and you use image as logo. We're going to go to the favicon. Going to upload the favicon 32 by 32. And another thing is go to the header and go to transparency options. And here's where we're going to upload that second logo that we made, the transparent one, the one that was just like white. Again, pick the right size. It's for the transparent header. The logo is not transparent. It's a special logo for the transparent header. When the header is like this, it's transparent. When you scroll down, this is a regular logo. And also we're going to change the color of the menu. Now this menu looks like complete crap, and we're going to fix it later. But you can change the color here if you want by going here. The transparency color, when the page is like this, when it's transparent. And then when you go down, this will be like your regular color. So let's say, I'm just going to close this. Let's say I want to make this white. And I'm going to save the changes. I'm going to go back to pages. And I'm going to find that page that I made right here. I'm going to open it again. And then I'm going to click this link and preview it. Alright, so this changed to white. This logo is white now. You scroll down, goes back to regular logo, and these colors go back to regular colors. But now, if you look, the logo looks a little bit off. So what we gotta do is, actually, if you want to preview your site better, just copy the link to the page that you're looking at and open up a new window, a new incognito window, depending on which browser you're using. Google Chrome calls them incognito. Firefox calls them, I'm not sure, I forget what they call them, but the point is to open up a new private window so that toolbar doesn't show on top. So when you scroll now, this menu, we're going to change this logo. It looks a little bit off, right? It needs to be down a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a piece of code to our theme that's going to fix the logo. Now I've put this code in below the video under header fix. So go below this video and just copy that code. I have it saved, so I'm just going to open it up. Where is it? Logo, images, logo fix. I'm going to copy and paste this code into the theme. So go to theme options and paste this code. I'll show you where to do it. Just 1 second. There's all these general settings and different layouts. So yes, here it is. General styling. You go down and you cut and paste the code from the description of this video. And after you've cut and pasted, let's look at it carefully. All you need is this top part right here where it says padding top 20, padding bottom 20. Now, why we're cutting and pasting this code here is to add this padding right here. 20 padding to the top, 20 pixel padding to the top, 20 pixel padding to the bottom. So depending on your logo size, you might want to change these numbers, right? If your logo is a lot taller than mine, you probably don't want to move it down by 20 pixels. You might want to move it by 5 pixels or by 10 pixels, or you might not want to move it at all. Mine looks a little crappy, so I'm just going to nudge it down a little bit with 20 pixels. And if you're going to change these numbers here, make sure you change both numbers. So if you're changing this 20 pixels right here, let me just zoom in for you so you can see better. Sorry. So if you're going to change these 20 pixels up here, you got to change the 20 here to the same number. So if this is going to be 5, you want to make this 5 and then save. But we're going to make ours 20 because our logo is pretty slim and 20 pixels is all that we want to do. I'm going to zoom out for you. Save changes. And now let's go back to the private window. Refresh. Here we go. It's perfectly aligned with the menu. So that's done. Oh guys, and if you don't like these default colors, see how it's green? It's very easy to change. So all you gotta do is, again, go to general styling and click on the color that you like, right? So I like this blue color here, and I'm gonna save changes. And look what happens to the page. Everything is blue now. The links are blue, these icons are blue. If you hover on the menu, the underline is blue. So everything everything got changed in blue. Well, not everything, but like links and certain icon colors, right? So you can mess around with different colors that you want. Pick the one that you like. I like that blue one. I'm gonna keep it. And so I'm gonna scroll down, and I really like these elements right here. Like I want my website to look the same, except I want to substitute these with my content. So the way you do that, you go back to your page and you find those icons. Here they are: free support, mobile ready, free support, mobile ready, right here. And you can just click on them and edit them. So I want a little star as an icon, and then you can change your text here. You can add new text. So just cut and paste your content in there. Save it. Change the other ones if you want. Like, save it. Click update, and boom. There you go. There's the icons. Now I want to get rid of some of this stuff. Like, I really don't want these icons. You can keep them if you want, but I'm just gonna keep those. So yeah, how do you delete this? You go down. Here they are. You look at the box surrounding them, and we're just gonna click delete, and that box is gone. If you go to update the page, refresh the page, they're not there. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Now I'm gonna keep this section right here, and I really like this section. I don't like this layer section, so I'm gonna get rid of that. So recent work, I said I'm gonna keep. Recent news, I'm not gonna keep, so I'm gonna delete the recent news. Here's that cool little thing with the icons. I'm gonna keep that. Here's that big layer slider that we don't want. This one right here, we don't want that. We've got these icons here again. That's because they got imported from the other template. So we're just gonna remove those. This text right here, I don't want that. I'm gonna get rid of that. Portfolio, get rid of that. Get rid of that. And I like this. I'm gonna keep that. I want to keep that. Mobile ready. Where's mobile ready? Go down, go down. Here it is. I'm gonna get rid of all this stuff right here. This box, get rid of it. What others say about us, we'll keep that. And this image right here, I don't want that. So this is that full slider image right before the testimonials. So those are the testimonials, what others say about us. And there's that big image. We're gonna delete it. Okay, update. Let this page load. Go to the other tab. Let's refresh. Now if you go down, all that stuff is gone, and we have what we wanted. We have this section, this section, we have this section. I'm gonna fix this section in a minute. Oh, this I don't like. Okay, so let's delete that. Crazy cool features or whatever. These are separators. So let's delete those. Click update. And another thing that I really like this section here, but I wanted to have a picture in the background. So let's get a picture. Where's this section? Here it is. So click on the outer box to edit it. Go to the background, and here you can select an image. You can upload a new image. Select the file. And I want this picture right here. So it's uploaded. Pick the size of it. So I'm gonna pick a nice large one. 1500 by 630 should probably do it. Let's try this. Click save. Click update. Let's see what happened now. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Okay, what else do I want to do? I want to move this above this recent work. So I'm just going to go down, find the box that I want to move. I'm just going to take it, I'm going to drag it, See how it turns green, the background? That's where you want to drop it. So there we go. Update, refresh, and let's see what we got. Beautiful. And later on, this is getting pulled from our gallery or from the blogs. We can always change that later. After we finish our blog and our gallery, we're going to update the front page again. But this is the general layout of the front page that I want for my site, so I'm going to keep that. Now the next step that we need to do is we need to set this page as a home page. So we don't want it to be WP theme helper or yourname.com/home. I want this to be the main.com, right? So the way you do that is, I'm going to close these tabs. You go over to your theme options and you click on that. Here's your front page. So you can select the page you want as a front page, click on home. It gives you another option to select the blog page, which we'll do later. Click Save Changes. Now go to your site. And your .com name is nice and clean. The page looks nice. The menu in the top we're gonna fix. And there you go. Very simple. All this stuff, you just go in, edit it, and fill your content in there. Just fill it out with your content. Okay, so the next page we're gonna make is an about page. So click on pages again, click on add new, and we're gonna call it about. Type in about, click publish, click on the advanced layout editor, and let's import that about page template that we saved before. So click on about page, boom, there we go. Click update, visit site. Okay, you know what? Sorry, not visit site. Click on permalink right here, because it's your domain/about, not your main homepage. There we go. The about page looks kind of crappy. That's again because see these sidebars? We're not supposed to have sidebars. The demo page did not have sidebars, so we gotta go down. Sidebar settings, no sidebar. Click update. There we go. Now it's full width. Now I don't have pictures for employees, so I'm just gonna remove this section. If you have pictures, you can leave that here. We need to move this a little bit down. Let's do that right now. Meet the team. We need a little separator on top. So you click on content elements, separator white space, drag it down, all the way down, down, and put it right here. Whoops. Yeah, that went totally wrong. Let's try it one more time, right here. Move this back here. Now we have two separators. The layout editor, it's a little bit weird, I guess, but you're not gonna find something that's much better than this. Just, mess around with it. Doesn't click and drag 100% perfectly, but it's technology. Nothing works perfectly. From all the themes that I used, even though sometimes it's kind of hard to click and drag and find the right place, this layout editor is one of my favorite. So let's refresh, meet the team. I'm just gonna click on it again, edit it, put custom, add a bigger margin in the top, click save, update. There we go. There's more space right here, but we're gonna delete this section, so we don't really need a space there anyways. So let's delete these pictures because you're probably not gonna have so many employees. And let's leave this section over there. Meet the team, get rid of that. Get rid of this second separator. Click on update. Refresh the page. And there we go. Now you can put your image here. Remove the slider. All these different slides. You can change image. I think I have an image for this somewhere. I'm gonna use an image of like a city or something. Yeah, here we go. Click on change image, save. And in here you can just change the text to whatever you want, you know, paste a bunch of dummy text. I have a bunch of dummy text that I'm just gonna paste, but fill it out with your information. Update the page. Refresh to see how it looks. There we go. There's a picture that we wanted. There's the about information. What others say. So the about page looks pretty decent. Next thing we need is a contact page. So again, go to pages, add new, contact page. Publish it. Now, before we do the contact page, there's a plugin that you need to add a contact form. Now, this theme comes with a functionality for a contact form, but there's a much better plugin that does a much better job when it comes to contact forms. So we're not going to be using what came with the theme. We're going to add a new plugin, and we're going to look for it right now. And it's called Contact Form 7. Alright, so let me zoom in for you just so you see what I'm typing. Contact Form 7. So search for that plugin, press enter, and there it is. Click on install, activate plugin, and now you have this tab right here. Go in there, click on it, and change your mail settings. Actually, your email, whatever email you used to sign up with is automatically in here, but if you want to use a different email, you can change where the emails are going to be forwarded to. So basically what a contact form is going to allow you to do is when a visitor comes to your page, contact page, they can fill out a form, and when they click submit, the form will be sent to your email. Alright, so here are all the different settings. I would not change any of these settings if I was you. The only setting I would change, because a lot of people go in here, start changing stuff, and then they break their contact form. This form, it works really good. In some cases, the email might end up in your spam folder, but at least it gets sent. And like I've gone through so many different contact forms, and like a lot of them are just such crap. I wasted so many hours trying to make a contact form that works. And believe me, like just use this plugin. That's all I'm gonna say. Click on here. One setting you want to change is this mail to setting, and this is an autoresponder that whoever sends you a contact sends you a message, they'll get an autoresponder. So you can change the autoresponder here, and you can say, thanks for the message. For your message, we are on it, or something. I don't know. Fill it out with whatever you need. So that's under message body, right above this here. And in the email that they get, it's gonna say this. and then it's going to say, it's going to repeat the message that they've sent. So they're going to have a copy of that. And basically just click save, and that's all you need in terms of setting up a contact form. Right? If you want to add new fields, you can add them here like this. It's not visual. You got to use these tags, but here's the basic idea. You know, you have an opening tag, a closing tag, and in between you just put in like the field that you want. So this one says email, this one says text, and you can use some of these from here. But for now, just leave the contact form as it is. Make sure to save your changes so you got the autoresponder working, and that's all you need. And you can also change some of these settings here. This is what pops up on a page after they click submit. It says thank you for your message, it has been sent, but you can change this to whatever you want. Some additional settings, I don't like to touch those. Just leave this contact form, it's gonna work fine. Some people, like I said, they'll go in here and they'll try to make the from. Never change this. Never change the from email to say that it's your email, because what happens is it gets picked up by spam and sometimes it doesn't even get sent out. So when you're changing the from email, all the emails are going to come from WordPress@yourdomainname.com. If you want to make it look like it's coming from you, you can't do that. You can't really spoof an email. You can't send an email from your friend's email saying that it's you. Like, it's just, a lot of people do this, and then they start complaining to the hosting provider, why isn't it working, why isn't it working? Well, it's because you're using these same techniques that a spammer would use to blast out emails. You're spoofing the address. So never change the from. This, leave it the same. Right? You can't spoof the address and pretend like you're someone else. It has to come out from this email. The only problem is when you get an email that's been sent through a contact form, if you click reply, it's going to have this WordPress@yourname.com reply address, which is wrong, right? But in the email, all you have to do is click, like when you get the email message. Oh my god, I'm so sorry for this. What is this message? Change color scheme, Windows 7. In the email, it's going to show you who sent you a message. So instead of clicking the reply button and replying to the wrong email address, all you got to do is push on the actual address. If you're on your phone, just pushing it with your thumb. Just click on the link with your thumb, or if you're in your email, regular email, just click the link, and the reply message will have the proper address, right? Like, you don't always have to click the reply button to reply to an email, and plus you're gonna know this, so you're not gonna click the reply button and then send it off to WordPress. You're gonna send it off to whoever sent you a message, because it's gonna be in the body of the message. Anyways, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about right now, but like I said, just leave this, never change this, and just save. Okay, so again, click on contact forms, and we're going to take this form and we're going to add it to our page. So we can exit this, and we don't need the about page, so here's the contact page. So again, click on the advanced layout editor, click on templates, contact page template, update, open new tab. Now the reason the map doesn't work is because I think as of the time of this tutorial, Google is making changes to their Maps API. A lot of my sites have had problems with the Maps API lately because, yeah, I think there's some changes going on. So I'm going to show you a workaround how to add a map, so just don't worry about this. This is the default contact. Okay, so let's change this. This is the default contact form that was added by the theme. So that contact form is not going to work properly. I've tested it. Sometimes you just don't get the emails that it sends. So we're going to remove it. And we're also going to remove this map right here because it's not working. Okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to add a text block. Click on it, and I'm going to paste that contact form code that I copied, right? Contact form ID, contact form. I got it. If you go back to plugins, this is where I got it from. Sorry, not plugins, contact form. There's the short code. you take that, you copy it over. Sorry if I'm going too fast, sometimes I get carried away. You paste that in there into a text field. Okay, now click on update, refresh. Okay, so the map is gone. We're gonna add a new one, and I should probably remove this also, some information. And you can just, you know, you can move this around and like add your own information, like a friendly message or something. Click update. Let's see how it looks. Okay, so the contact form looks nice, except I need our address and I want a map on the side right here. So what we need to do is, this is called a sidebar right here. What we need to do is we need to create a sidebar. So go to appearance and widgets. Now, even though I told you we install a theme and you have all these options here, some of the options are still under the default WordPress options. So it might take a little bit of time to get used to, but this is just how it works. So these are all the different widgets, right? There's the sidebar for a blog, which we haven't gotten to yet. Sidebar for pages. We're going to create a separate sidebar for a page called the contact page. So I just could do it now. Sidebar contact page. Because this sidebar is going to be different from other sidebars on other pages, you want to create like a separate widget specifically for that one page and only use it in that one page. And if you want more widgets for other pages, you can just create them here. You can create as many as you want. So click on the sidebar, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the address and then a map underneath. So if you scroll down here, you click on text, and we're gonna say add this to sidebar contact page, add widget, and there it is. Right, so it looks a little bit weird because when you open it, it looks huge. But type in your address here. Address, I'm just gonna put New York, USA, something, some code. Type in your address and click save. Okay, just make sure it's saved. Close this. Click on it to close it. And there's no other save button on the screen, so you just have to go back to the contact page. Actually, click on, let's go to edit it. I forgot one thing. Now we need to set the sidebar. Let's set the sidebar here. Layout, right sidebar, sidebar contact page. Update it. And now if you go to the permalink or the URL of the contact page, there's that sidebar. There's the address. Now it's all in one line, which I don't like, so I'm going to show you a quick little fix. Now I said you guys don't need to know HTML, but I think you can type this in. It's only 4 characters. Open this arrow key, whatever it's called. I'm not sure what these arrow keys are called. It's the comma key and the period key, but if you hold shift, it produces an arrow key. So type in BR and then close the key. Close with the same tag. And that will put a line break. So, make sure to save this. Click save, and now you're gonna have a line break, and it's on the next line. Okay. So now we need a little map underneath. So to get a map, head over to Google Maps. So maps.google.com. Type in a map that you like, that you want. Type in your address. Sorry. New York. Okay, now there's a map. You can zoom in, and then to get this map onto your contact page, this is what you got to do. Go to the top left corner, click on the menu, and share or embed map. Now Google makes a lot of changes to their maps page, so sometimes this option, it might be somewhere else. It might be in the bottom corner, sometimes in the top corner. Like every time I go here, it's like somewhere else, and it's very hard to find. But like, look for the embed map button. Share or embed map. Click on that. Then click on embed map, and then just copy this code right here. So copy, and then go back to the contact page. Sorry, not the contact page, the widgets, appearance widgets. and we're going to add a new text block, and that's where we're going to put the map. And the title, we're going to leave empty. So paste that code from the Google Maps section, and you're going to have to modify a couple things here. So I'm going to zoom in for you. You're going to change the width. Instead of 600, and be careful, don't delete the quotes around the 600 right here. Type in 100 and then a percentage sign. So the width is equal to open quote 100% close quote. And for the height, type this in. Type in 250 px. Make sure there's a px at the end. That means pixels. And the width is a percentage. And the reason we're doing this is because I want the map to extend to be 100% the width of the sidebar, and the height, we're just gonna pick a fixed pixel size, 250. But it's gonna look nice. It's gonna stretch out to fill the entire width. Okay, so let me zoom out. Okay, now that's saved. Where's my contact page? There it is. Refresh. Come on, map, where are you? Oh, I bet you I didn't save it. Did I? There we go. There's the map. And if you want to add more things to the sidebar, you know, you can. I'm gonna add a calendar right here. You can create, like, you can add categories. You don't have any categories now because you haven't really created any content, but you can add like categories, and it'll have a list of all your categories. You can have like a little advertising area that you can add. Don't use the maps widget, it doesn't work for some reason, and Google's always making changes. If you add a map the way I showed you right now, this map never breaks. If you do the whole API thing the complicated way, it didn't work. The map that was up here, this big map, it just didn't work. And I've had this with other themes too, you know, it's just, so use the workaround. Latest news, you can add like your latest blog post. It will just have a list of your latest blog posts, your pages, like whatever. You can add a bunch of things to the sidebar if you want. You can be as creative as you want, right? So I'm just gonna have a simple sidebar like this with an address, a map, and a little calendar, right? And you can type in your name to check if the contact form works, right? So type in your name, type in your email, type in subject testing, or testing 1. Click send. Thank you for your message, it has been sent. Check your email. There we go. And see, there's 2 in brackets. That's because I just got 2 messages. And the reason I got 2 messages is because I used the exact same email as an administrator and as a sender. So one message said, "Thank you for your message, we're on it." That was the autoresponder. And the other message just had the message body, right? So normally we just get the one message, the first one. You would not get the autoresponder. The autoresponder is the one that's being received by the customer. Okay, so there's one final thing we need to do to the sidebar, and that's if you look right now, like if we make this, if we look how this looks on mobile. So we shrink the screen, and this is how it's going to look on mobile. We go down. Where's the map? It's not here. That's because we got to change one of the settings. Now let me pop this back into this browser. There we go. Okay, so where you change that setting is you go to sidebars. And you check this right here. Show sidebar on smartphones. Check it. Save it. Go back to contact form, refresh it. I'm going to pull this out like that. And then I'm double click it to make it smaller. And there you go. There's the map. On a tablet, it's going to be more stretched out. Like this. You know, on a cell phone, it's probably going to be like this. So there you go. You can send, boom, it says you need to fill out fields. Please check and try again. Have all your fields right here. Required. So that's how you use this contact form plugin and how you make a contact page. So we have 3 pages right now. We have an about page, a contact page, a home page. Let's add these to the menu for now. So let's go to menus, appearance, menus. I'm going to just delete this menu right here. This is the default menu that's in the header of the site. Where is it? Right here. I move this over here. That's the menu, right? So this is where you change it. I'm just gonna delete it. I'm gonna add a couple of pages to it, just so the menu looks a lot nicer. I hated looking at that ugly menu. So I just want to change it right now. So create new menu. Give it a name. Menu. Let's just add a couple of these pages here. So select all, add to menu. And then theme location, pick main menu for the theme location and save. Refresh the page. Now there's our 3 pages that we made, right? And if we click on the what's it called? On our logo, right here is showing a blog page for some reason. So we gotta go back to the settings and just change that. Home. Save all. Now, if you click on the logo, you're at the home page. And you have the 3 pages that we just made. So you can click on the about page, the contact page, you have your contact page. Click on the about page, you have your about page. Okay, so the next page we need to create is a blog page, and we need to create a bunch of blog posts and display them on that one page. So let's go ahead and do that. Guys, thank you for watching part 1 of the tutorial. To watch the second part, please click on the link below the video that says part 2, or go to the website's DIY channel. Also, please share and like this video if you want me to continue making more.